On the edge of the Sahara stands the only ancient wonder of the world still standing. 6 million tons of stone, 2.3 million blocks, built without wheels, pulleys, or iron. How did people with copper tools raise this in 20 years? 5 secrets hold the answer. 45 centuries ago, Egypt was already ancient, a kingdom strung like beads along the Nile. Its lifeline flooded on schedule every year, painting the desert green and feeding 1 million people. Egyptians believed their pharaoh was a god on earth, and gods do not simply die. Around 2560 BC, a king named Khufu ordered a tomb unlike anything ever built. His horizon, he called it, a staircase to the sky. This is how they built it. Secret 1. The Builders. Forget the movie Slaves in Chains. The evidence tells another story. In 1990, archaeologists found a lost city buried beside the pyramids, the builders' own town. It held bakeries that turned out thousands of loaves, breweries, and dormitories for rotating work crews. Animal bones show the workers ate prime beef, expensive food shipped in from distant farms. They were paid in bread and beer, given medical care, and buried with honor nearby. Broken bones in their skeletons had been set and healed. Someone was looking after them. Crews of 2,000 worked in named gangs, and they left graffiti bragging about it. Hidden above the king's chamber, one gang proudly painted its name, the Friends of Khufu. These were farmers mostly, working the pyramid in the months the Nile drowned their fields. The flood that fed Egypt also freed its hands, every single year, right on schedule. Estimates say 20 to 30,000 workers at a time, a vast, rotating national project. For many, it was faith as much as labor, building their God-King's bridge to eternity. So secret 1. The pyramid wasn't raised by slaves, but by proud and well-fed Egyptians. But an army of workers is nothing without stone, millions of tons of it. Secret 2. The stone. 2.3 million blocks, averaging 2.5 tons each. Most came from right there, a limestone quarry just a few hundred meters to the south. Workers cut the bedrock with copper chisels and wooden mallets, block after block after block. But the gleaming white casing was special, fine Tura limestone from clear across the Nile. And the granite? The mighty beams roofing the king's chamber came from Aswan, 800 kilometers away. Some granite beams weigh up to 80 tons, heavier than a loaded Boeing 737. How do you move that with no wheels? You drag it on great wooden sledges. One tomb painting shows the trick, a man pouring water on the sand just ahead. Physicists tested it. Wet sand halves the friction. The sledge glides instead of digging in. For the long hauls, Egypt used its superhighway, the Nile, and canals dug to Giza. In 2013, archaeologists found the oldest papyri on Earth, the logbook of a boat captain. His name was Merer. His job? Ferrying casing stone to a place called Khufu's horizon. Scientists even found traces of a lost branch of the Nile that once flowed past Giza. Boats sailed the stone almost to the pyramid's feet, docking in a bustling man-made harbor. So secret 2, rivers and wet sand moved the mountains. But how did they rise? Secret 3, the climb. Cutting stone is one thing, raising it 40 stories is another. The pyramid rose 146 meters, the tallest building on Earth for 38 centuries. The leading answer is almost disappointingly simple: ramps. Mountains of them, growing with the pyramid. A single straight ramp to the top would need more material than the pyramid itself, so builders likely combined them: straight ramps low down, spiral ramps hugging the upper sides. In 2018, diggers found a real ramp in an ancient quarry, steeper than anyone expected. It had staircases and post holes, anchor points for ropes, turning teams into human winches. With levers and rope teams, crews could haul heavy stone sledges up surprisingly steep slopes. One architect suggests a bolder idea, a ramp hidden inside the pyramid itself, spiraling upward. Strange internal cavities show up in scans. The debate is still very much alive today. Do the math. 20 years means placing a block roughly every 3 minutes of daylight. That's not one crew, that's an assembly line of crews swarming every side at once. Quarry gangs, haulers, levermen, setters, water carriers. A precise choreography of thousands, decade after decade. So Secret 3, no magic, no aliens, just ramps, ropes, levers, and utterly relentless organization. But brute force alone can't explain what comes next. Precision that still humbles engineers. Secret 4, precision. The pyramid's base is level to within about 2 centimeters. Just 2. Its sides face true north within a 20th of a degree. No compass even existed. How? The stars. Egyptians tracked circumpolar stars that wheel around the night sky's still point. Others say they marked the sun's shadows at equinox, drawing east to west with string. Base sides of 230 meters differ by mere centimeters. Modern builders would sweat. Surveyors likely used water channels, plumb bobs, and knotted cords. Geometry as a craft skill. The casing stones fit so tight you couldn't slide a thin knife blade between them. Finished, the pyramid wore polished white limestone, a mirror blazing bright in the desert sun. Egyptians called it Akhet Khufu, the horizon of Khufu, where the earth touched the sky. Inside, the Grand Gallery soars nearly 9 meters, its corbelled walls jointed to hairline perfection. Above the King's Chamber, 5 stacked relieving chambers shrug off millions of tons of weight. Earthquakes have leveled cities around it. The pyramid's core has barely shifted in 45 centuries. The white casing is gone, stripped in the Middle Ages to help build Cairo's mosques. But the skeleton beneath still perfectly holds its geometry, patient as the desert around it. So Secret 4? Precision by stars and string, which leaves the deepest question. Secret 5. The why. This was never just a tomb. It was a machine for resurrection. Egyptians believed a dead pharaoh had a journey to make, up into the imperishable stars. Narrow shafts angle out from the chambers, aimed at Orion, the god Osiris in the sky. Others point at the ancient pole star, the sky's fixed center, the stars that never die. The pyramid's shape itself may be a sunbeam turned to stone, spreading from the sky. Its capstone echoed the Ben, the first mound of creation rising from the primeval waters. Climb it in your mind, a pharaoh's soul ascending a staircase of light to heaven. And the God in heaven meant order on earth, floods on time, harvests, a kingdom safe. So all of Egypt built it, not for one man's vanity, but for cosmic insurance. Every block hauled up those ramps was an act of faith as much as engineering. Khufu's mummy is long gone, but his real monument was never the burial, it's the message. So Secret 5, they weren't building a grave, they were building forever, and it worked. 5 secrets. Paid workers, a river of stone, ramps and ropes, starlight precision, and eternity. No aliens required, just a kingdom that believed one building could hold up the cosmos. 4,500 years later, every skyscraper on Earth is still younger than this. It outlived its builders, its gods, its language, and it will quite probably outlive us. So the next time someone says aliens built it, tell them the truth is better. We've seen the Maya vanish and the Khmer build heaven. Ancient hands keep surprising us. If you love how humans build the impossible, subscribe. The next mystery is already waiting.